911, where's your emergency?
Tonight, an East Baton Rouge Sheriff's deputy, his wife, they have welcomed their fifth child into this world.
Is the baby crying?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today,
What's up?
we are doing the birth story. The birth of our daughter, Olivia Bell.
Yeah. The amazing Olivia Bell.
That's what we're going to call her?
Yeah, that's what we're going to call her.
So we were scheduled for an induction with Olivia on Monday, October 14th at 4 a.m. And we were, the night before, I was prepping to, for the hospital stay, packing the car with the bags, making sure the house was tidy, everything was neat and clean for our return home. I had been having contractions like normal, like I have been having throughout my entire pregnancy. They were very mild and very tolerable. So I just thought nothing of it. That was all throughout the day. And then it was about 8 o'clock when I texted my husband and I told him that I had some blood, I know that's TMI, in my urine. So, not my urine, but like I had mucus coming out. Is that so much information? You ladies, you lose your mucus plug as birth is nearing or labor is nearing, and that was happening with me. And so this was the first time that I saw blood in that mucus. But being that we were scheduled for induction, I was not concerned. I was not worried. I just thought that we would be further along by the time we got to the hospital and that we would be ready by the time we make it there. Like, labor was not going to be long. So, in your mind?
From my point of view, so that text did come through. I was actually at work. So I was trying to make a last shift before taking off for, it's going to take about 2 weeks, if not more, to be home with her and the baby and the kids. So I was trying to make that last dollar. And so, but like I said, the whole pregnancy, everything had been fine, besides, having a little contractions here and there, little labor pains, but no real complications. So, okay, we're going to wait and we're going to do this thing Monday morning. Mm-hmm. So this is Sunday night.
Right.
This is October 13th,
mm-hmm.
Sunday night, October 13th. So yeah, I get the text that she's having pains. So about 10:30, I decide to leave work and come home.
Mm-hmm. Which he didn't tell me he was coming.
Yeah, right. I just kind of on a whim. Thank God I did. I decided to just go ahead and leave work and come home. Just go ahead and be home and let's get settled and get ready for the doctor tomorrow. So I come home I get here about 11ish, I guess. Mm-hmm. And at that point, she tells me that the pains, the contractions have intensified. So
and it wasn't until he got home that you probably hear the baby. He's crawling around. But it wasn't until he got home that those contractions really intensified and it started to kind of concern me. So they were about 6 to 7 minutes apart at that point in time. But once again, I thought nothing of it. So I was sitting right here on this very couch and I said, let me get up and let me try and lay down. Maybe it'll help me relax more. So I go in the bed and I lay down and I don't know what I tell you. I think I tell you that, they're starting to hurt more. They're happening more frequently.
Yeah. We all, we go lay down and mm-hmm. like I said, we're still going to wait until tomorrow.
Right.
And everything's going to be fine. We understand she's having pains, but we think maybe it's just something that happened because actually the baby wasn't actually due until the 20th.
Correct.
So
I was 39 weeks on Sunday, October 13th. I was exactly 39 weeks.
Yeah, so she wasn't due until the 20th, so another
right.
week. So we're thinking, okay, maybe these are just Braxton Hicks contractions,
mm-hmm.
and she still has another week or so. And the last doctor's appointment, which was that Wednesday,
Right.
It was really no more, more dilation.
I wasn't dilated. My cervix really wasn't thinned out.
So it's nothing to be alarmed about, nothing to
Right.
worry about. Everything's fine. I mean, we're just doing the induction, and that'll be the end of the pregnancy then. So yeah, like I said, we're laying in bed. She's having these pains. I'm getting kind of worried, but 4:30 will get here. As soon as you close your eyes and it's go to sleep for 15 minutes, 4:30 is here. So I'm thinking, we'll be all right. No water has broke, anything like that, so we're good.
And I think that's what both of us was waiting on. We're like, you know what? If I'm in active labor, my water should break. So and that's kind of what I was waiting on.
Yeah, TV has always told me and shown me, and I know there's nothing on TV that's fake. All right, TV is real. And TV always says that you have to break, the water has to break before the baby comes. You have a little time. Once the water breaks, then you load up the kids and you load up the cat, the dog, and the wife, and and everybody goes to the hospital, and you deliver the baby maybe an hour or two later. Did not happen in this case. I'm still waiting on the water to break 2 weeks later. All right, I'm still waiting on that water to break. So about midnight.
I was like, no. No.
That's when we got up and decided to.
Well, no, I said, let me call my mom, because I said, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? We can just go ahead and go to the hospital tonight. I have to be there in a few hours anyway. Surely they aren't going to turn me away with this much pain. So I just had to call my mom. We still had Bo with us, and he was sick. I hated to leave him, but the plan was for him to stay with my grandmother during the day, and once I had the baby, my husband would go and get him and bring him back to the hospital, and he would keep him while I stay in the hospital. But we called my mom since it was so late at night, and I just told her, hey, I'm in pain. Can you come get the baby? She ended up calling back and saying, I'll just meet you guys at the hospital, and I'll get him from there, because I don't want you guys to make any stops and things get progress any more than what they are. So pains are intensifying at this point, and I said, okay, let me go take a shower. And I had already taken a shower, and you guys may or may have not seen it in my previous video the night before I gave birth. If not, I'll link it down below. Make sure you guys go and click on it. But I had already taken a shower. I had already followed the rules for my induction, but I was thinking if I go and get in the hot shower, it would soothe my muscles, soothe my contractions. Because I think in the past, that's what I've done. With my last labor, when I had Bo, I don't know if you remember the night before, I was induced. Yeah, I was in pain, and I got in the shower, and I was relaxed, and I was able to go back to sleep.
Wrong move in this one.
Wrong. You're absolutely right.
So the shower did nothing but delay us getting to the hospital.
Right, and I was in the shower, and I was in pain, So I got out,
and I'm looking at her. Mm-hmm. I'm standing in the doorway of the bathroom, and she's literally bent over, almost on the ground, on the floor, and I'm like, "Let's go." And she's not moving. She's just in pain. She's almost doubling over, and I'm like, "Maria, please put one foot in front of the other, and let's go. Let's get out of this house. Let's go." Couldn't. And it was painful for her. She couldn't. But I mean, she ended up getting enough courage and enough strength to do so. Mm-hmm. But I was even so scared that baby was gonna fall out right there on that bathroom.
Yeah, because I was like closing my legs. I could feel like a ball in between my legs trying to come out. So in between contractions, I was able to kind of walk and move around. But laying in that moment, that time was the first time the pain was so bad, I had to cry. I just cried in the towel because the pain was so bad. I don't think he even knew it, but I heard him running back and forth, packing the baby, making sure the things were other things.
Well, no, one of the times I came in the bathroom, I saw you crying in the mirror. Did? Yeah, you were crying in the mirror, and that's when I'm like, "Come on, put one foot in for. Come on, just let's go. Come on, please, just let's go." Because I got, as a man, I'm just like, Lord, just let us get some help. We just need. I don't want to see her in this pain, Obviously, I know this baby. Obviously this baby's coming. You know, something. You know, and so it's like let's move, let's walk, let's get in the van. If we can get in the van now, I can be back in control. I can drive as fast as I want. You know, and I think that's what it is. Like sometimes with us men, we want to be in control. In that situation, her standing in the bathroom, I had no control over that situation, no control over those pains. I could not help in any way. I just had to kind of sit there and look and watch her go through that agony. So I wanted to get her in the van, so now I can maybe not control the pain, but I can drive. I can solve the problem by getting to the hospital. Mm-hmm. I can do that. I can drive fast. So let's do that.
And driving fast is what he did. And Lord, I was in pain with all hitting the bumps and.
Well, that's not my fault. That's the Metro Council people's faults for neglecting the roads around here, and we need to do something about these roads. Whatever. That's not on me.
From side to side.
That's not on me. That's on DOTD.
I couldn't get in the car and sit down because, like I said, I already felt something between my legs. So, getting in and sitting down, and he was adamant about me getting in and sitting down. I'm like, I cannot sit down.
I wanted you to sit in the front. I thought you were going to sit in the front.
But I'm like,
but you couldn't.
No.
She said the pain was too much, too intense to sit down. And so I'm like, okay, well, how are we going to leave if you can't get in the van?
I crawled into the back seat.
So she literally crawled on the floor into the back seat of the van.
And I was on my elbows and knees the whole ride.
And so now we're on the way. We back out of the driveway. And
when did my screaming start?
Oh, that was probably as soon as we got on the roadway.
Really?
Yeah. I recall. Well, I guess as we got closer to the interstate. Mm-hmm. I think we got out the neighborhood.
I just knew when you hit the stop sign right there and you threw on brakes. Not doing brakes. It's like you took off.
Yeah.
And hit the brakes because we had a stop sign. And I remember hitting the back seat. I was so mad.
After everything was all over, we looked at the camera. So we backed out of the driveway at what it was.
12:27.
12. Yeah, it was 12:27. So 12:27, we back out of our driveway. Wait.
Okay.
So 12:27, we back out of the driveway, and I'm driving at least 90 miles an hour, trying to get us to the hospital. The hospital is about, let's say, 15 minutes.
More than 15
20 minutes. 15 minutes. I was about 20 minutes away.
With no traffic.
And this is late at night on a Sunday. So, you know, in our area, it's nobody's out on a Sunday night, really. So it's not traffic. It's not, it's just driving. I don't have to worry about lights. That's how I have the emergency lights on. It's just getting there as fast as I can. So we drive 13 minutes. 13 minutes, and
13 minutes?
It was 13 minutes. Mm-hmm. And, well, I'm going to say it's about 10 minutes. We drive 10 minutes, and I hear, let me back up. So we're on the interstate, and I call her mom, and I'm like, hey, Maria's in pain. We're going to the hospital now, which she already knew. Maria had already talked to her, and she's like, yeah, I'm en route to the hospital. I said, okay. And she said, if the pains get too much, she can't hold on, go ahead and take her to Ochsner. Now, Ochsner is about...
It's a local hospital.
It's a local hospital, and it's about 7-8 minutes away from my house. And so on the interstate, I asked my wife, do you want to go to Ochsner? After I talked to her mom, I said, hey, do you want to go to Ochsner?
And I said, a hospital is a hospital at this point.
I did not hear her say that.
No, it was not my hospital of choice.
I think she thinks she said that.
I know I said that.
She did not say that.
I know I said it.
I did not hear that. And so therefore, I zoomed past Ochsner Hospital.
All right. So
I fly past Ochsner. And so I drive another maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, something of that nature. And so I'm still talking to her. I'm telling her, we're almost there. We're about 10 minutes away, or so. Actually, about 10 minutes away. But we're almost there. We're almost there. You're doing good. Just hold on. Just hold on. She's screaming at the top of her lungs every 2 minutes because these contractions now have closed in to every 2 minutes. So she's screaming. I mean, bloody murder. I told her I've never witnessed anybody killed or anybody murdered, but I have to think it sounds a lot like that, what she was doing that night. It was. I can't even describe the scream. It was not. I've never heard that scream before, and it was repeated. So it's every 2 minutes that scream came, and as she's screaming,
our 1-year-old baby,
who's in the back seat, not with her, but she's on the second row of seats. She's on the third row. Our 1-year-old baby, he's screaming. Every time she would scream, he would scream. When her contraction would kind of subside and she wouldn't be screaming, he'd kind of calm down. But then at that 2 minute mark, boom, it'll hit her again. She scream again, and I hear he's screaming again as well. All that while still trying to get to the hospital.
In between contractions, I would try to calm him down and say, mommy's fine. It's gonna be okay. Is that a fly? It's gonna be okay. Mommy's fine. Because I was trying to calm him down. I didn't want him to think that I was yelling at him or screaming at him, or that anything was really wrong. For a 1-year-old, it can be kind of traumatic. So
it did not work. So.
No, it wasn't working because he just was he wasn't sure what was going on. Why is my mother screaming to the top of her lungs like that? What is going on? Why are we out? On top of him not feeling good. So I really hate that.
He really wanted to be just comforted.
Right.
And we couldn't give him comfort at that time.
Right. So then he decided to call 911, and we're going to insert a part of that clip here.
12:38 a.m. 17 seconds, October 14, 2019.
Where's your emergency?
Oh my God! Hey, yes, ma'am. This is my wife is in labor. She says the baby got her head's out.
What's the address?
I'm on George O'Neill, heading towards Corsi. I'm gonna have to pull over and probably deliver.
Pull over right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull over.
Give me exact location and where you're
I'm gonna be George O'Neill at Corsi. George O'Neill at Corsi. I'll be pulling over at the looks like McDonald's parking lot.
And these pains are obviously intensifying, and she's screaming the way she's screaming. I decide to go ahead and call 911 to have maybe EMS. I'm not gonna stop in my mind. I'm not gonna stop and wait on EMS. I'm gonna continue driving. She hasn't said anything, that the baby was coming or anything like that. So in my mind, I'm gonna continue driving. I can stay on the phone with EMS, give them my location, and we can kind of meet up. So I'm still going closer to the hospital, and they can kind of intercept me as I'm getting closer to the hospital. So that's in my mind what was going to happen. So as I'm on the phone with EMS, she says, babe, I can feel the head. I can feel the head. And I'm like, oh my God. At that point now, shit's real. Pardon my French, but it's game on. This shit has intensified. It's no longer a game. Code red. This is about to happen.
What is code?
I don't know. Back up, code. I need some help. At that point, I'm on the phone to EMS. That's when I'm like, hey, I need EMS immediately. This is about to happen. And the first instruction the dispatcher gives is, she finds out where we're at.
And shout out to Brandy. That's her name.
Brandy. But thank you for helping. I mean, you were a godsend. So she says pull over, and at that point I'm on George O'Neill, and there's a McDonald's.
Jones
Creek at George O'Neill, and it's closed. It's closed for business at that point at that time of night. But so I pull in right there, and after doing so, I get out of my seat and I immediately obviously go to the back seat with her. I remain on the phone.
He was frustrated.
Oh yeah.
We had the car seat and everything installed, and
Right.
He wanted to take all of that out before.
I was catching hell trying to figure out that new car seat. I could not get it out of that seat for nothing
It's not
in the world.
new.
Well, I'm saying it's for the baby.
You hadn't used it in a while, so I guess you didn't know how to unlock it.
And I think my seat was maybe pushed too far back.
Yeah.
And all this was going on. It's dark. I didn't hit the light in the van, so I don't have a whole lot of light I'm working with, and I'm trying to get this car seat out the way, and it would not move. I couldn't find a strap. I'm just catching hell. I'm just, oh my God. I'm trying to jerk this thing. I almost literally pull it off the seat belt. And nothing's happening. So, but I finally get it out of the way. I put the seat on the ground outside the van. Move the bag. I think we had the baby's bag.
Yeah.
Have to move that out of the way.
Her bag.
So all that has to come out on the ground, and now I'm able to get to the back seat where she's at. So I'm on my knees at the back seat, and I'm still on the phone with EMS with 911.
Both still screaming.
I'm still screaming.
She's
still screaming. And so all this is still, like I said, going on. And and so
how you kept it cool?
I have no. I think everything was just happening so fast. You don't really get a chance to think.
Like you really handled everything well.
Yeah, you don't really get a chance to be nervous in a situation like that because it's like you have to do something. So it was just just trying. I don't know, just trying to help, just trying to do something, and so that's what I did, and so yeah, we're talking to EMS, and she's kind of giving me instructions on what to do. So I go to the back. I'm with my wife. I'm trying to get her to lay down because she's still on all fours.
He's trying to get me to turn over and lay on my back.
Yeah, because once again, TV tells me that a woman has to deliver a baby laying down on her back. So that's what I tell her, babe. Lay down on your back. Let me work now. Let me get this.
I could not, y'all. I couldn't.
This was an uncooperative patient.
I couldn't do anything but push. Just the urge to just push whatever was in me out.
Uncooperative patient. It would not. I thought I was gonna have to restrain her, but so we finally come to a compromise where she lays on her right side. Oh, yeah. She lays down on her right side, and at that point now I'm okay. I'm trying to. Well, I have to remove her underwear, and that was a process in itself because she's still in pain. She can't really move. Yeah. So the process of even trying to do that was agonizing, trying to get that off while
Brandy said, just tear them off.
Tear them off, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to use my superhuman strength, and I'm trying to jerk, and she said, wait, she right? She's gonna rip. She is not moving. She can't really raise up, and I'm trying to get them off, and I'm like, oh my God, this is, And this baby, she's still saying, this baby's coming. I feel it. Yeah. I can feel the head. So we finally get the underwear off, and I kind of raise up one leg. Well, yeah, her left leg. I raise up that left leg, and to see what I'm working with here, and Lord Jesus, I see not pubic hair, but baby hair. It's right there. The baby is crowning. I can literally see the baby's head right there. She hasn't come all the way out. She's crowned. The top of her head, I can see it.
Yeah, and I felt it.
What did that feel like?
It's definitely painful. It's a pain that I knew I know and knew I was in pain, but it's not a pain. Like, I can't remember it, if that makes any sense. It's like, it's a pain that I've never experienced before. It's a pain that I've never want to experience again. Very painful, but I just can't.
Yeah, so it's nothing.
I can't compare it
to anything.
It's nothing I can compare.
Because I think, even that night, I think, remember we were driving, and I asked, like, what does a contraction feel?
Yeah, before we left. Oh, this is in the bathroom.
Yeah, that was in the bathroom. So
he said, y'all, talk about pissed off. You know how when you're in pain or dealing with something, and men just asking dumb questions? He gonna say, "What does a contraction feel like?"
Right. I just wanted to kind of get an idea of what we're working with. What
does it matter at this point?
What kind of pain? You know, at the hospital they always ask you on the scale.
You should say on a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, so I'm trying to get something to compare, something comparable. So at that point, she kind of had subsided. The contraction had subsided. So I'm seeing
After the head come out.
No, this is while I'm looking at the head, you were kind of calm.
Okay.
All right. So then a contraction comes while I'm looking at the head, and when the contraction comes, that's when you start automatically. So Brandon's telling me that you go during the contractions. That's when you push during the contractions. I don't know any of that. So I'm thinking like TV tells you, you push, you just. That whole breathing thing and just push, just keep pushing. Well, that didn't happen. So it's only during the contractions that you push. So at that point, I'm waiting on the contraction, but without notice, you start pushing anyway. You didn't wait for my cue to push. You push it. So now the head's slowly coming out, and so it does clear. The head clears.
I remember feeling you like kind of helping me.
Yeah,
like pushing back. So.
Yeah, because I was trying to clear. I didn't want once again my crazy mind. I'm thinking maybe the baby's head is gonna come out and get stuck, and maybe it's not gonna have her neck is not gonna have enough room to breathe or something like that. So I'm trying to kind of almost like. Hold your hold your. I'm trying to be like the jaws of life and kind of open you up a little bit more. But that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold you open, and so the baby have a wider passageway to come out. And so that was my concept. That was what my intentions were. But yeah, like I said, she slid on out, and basically her head comes out, and she's up to her shoulders, and that's where her umbilical cord was kind of resting on baby's shoulder. So I just natural instinct, I grabbed the umbilical cord because I know I didn't want that wrapped around her neck or anything or getting away. So I grab the umbilical cord.
Man, you really did a good job.
And I move it out of the way. I thank you, dear. Thank you. I think so. But so I moved the umbilical cord out of the way, and that's the end of that first contraction. So we're sitting, and now Maria's screaming. What are you screaming, baby? Take it out!
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Take it out. Pull it out. So she wants it out. She's like, it's burning. It's burning. I'm like, but you can't take it. I can't. I'm thinking maybe you said it's burning. And I'm thinking, okay, I could just pull it.
I feel like I was tearing.
I was thinking I could just pull it, baby. But my instructions from my mentor told me, don't pull. Don't pull. We have to wait for the contractions before the baby will come on out. We don't want to jerk it. We don't want to pull her, anything of that nature. So I'm waiting. So, but now she's out from head to shoulder. She's out. So then another contraction comes, and you scream again. Bo screams again, and now the baby's sliding a little bit more. So I'm supporting her head now, keeping her head up.
And he's still doing this by himself. EMS has not made it.
Yeah, no EMS now. Still no EMS. Haven't arrived yet. And
How long were you on the phone?
What it was like 12 minutes? No, 13 minutes from house to baby. I was only on the phone for like 8 or 9,
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm supporting baby's head. I have her shoulders now, head and shoulders, and umbilical cord, all that. Now she's halfway out. And so we're waiting on that last contraction. I think we're at that point. I can see that it probably is going to take one more, and so. Okay. I mean, the baby's halfway out at that point. From the second contraction, she's pretty much halfway out.
So pretty much 3 pushes.
Yeah, 3. It took only 3 contractions. It was three pushes, and she was out. So yeah, on the third contraction, so we're sitting there, and here comes that third contraction. Boom, like clockwork, 2 minutes, and and now baby slides the rest of the way, And so,
And when I'm talking about instant relief, like instant, like pain no more. Don't even remember what the pain that you just went through. For real, like it's just over, just that quick.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here holding my daughter in my arms and
But you were nervous.
oh, this is the scariest part of all. I mean, all of it was nerve wracking and scary. But to sit there and have to wait, because at this point, now that she's out, she's been delivered, she's in my arms with my hands. She's not saying it. She's not crying. She's just laying there. Her eyes are closed and she's just laying there. So I'm like, oh God, that's that's a scary moment. I'm like, oh my God. And we're, like I said, there's no EMS. We're not doing this at a hospital. So, I'm doing Bo's delivery, and he comes out and he almost immediately started crying. They take him away to clean him, but I guess they.
Okay, she's starting to slide on out.
Okay. She's pushing again?
Okay. All right, she's out.
Okay, the whole baby's out?
She's out, ma'am.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. Try to clean out the baby's mouth. It's a little girl?
Yeah, girl.
It's a little girl. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, this I want you to do. I want you to try to clear out the baby's mouth, okay?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
If you have your shirt or something, you could try to clean it out the best that you can. Grab your shirt or a cloth, whatever you have, and I want you to wrap that around that baby, okay?
Okay.
But do not cut or pull on the cord.
Let me get my shirt off.
Yeah, take your shirt off.
Okay. You got her? All right, I'm back with you. All right, put in the shirt, honey.
Okay.
Come on. Lay in the shirt, baby. Come on.
Is the baby crying? I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah, she's crying.
Oh, she's crying.
Yeah,
That's good.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is good.
She is crying.
That is good. We want to hear that baby cry.
She is crying, yeah.
All right. Yeah,
All
just
right.
wrap.
Bo's delivery, he immediately, after he comes out, he gets whisked away, to the cleanup area, and right there they suction him, and you hear the crying and all that. They get all that stuff out, and you hear the crying, and they whisk him away to clean him. So, but that didn't immediately happen. I didn't think about suction or anything like that. She's just laying there. Again, dispatcher. She tells me to take my finger and put it in the baby's mouth to clear her passageway. Put it as far as I can and kind of move it around, make sure she's has a clear passageway. So I take my pinky finger and I put it in her mouth and kind of clear her passageway. I guess I didn't really feel anything, but I put it down in there kind of deep as it can go. Kind of and move it around, trying to clear whatever could be blocking it. And after that, immediately after taking my finger out, that's when she starts crying. I know, and that was the best sound in the world at that time. Everything else was scary as hell, but that was like that was the like woosah, like okay, everything's all right moment. Even though we're still in the back of the van, and anything could happen. But that was just the biggest sigh of relief just came over me. The biggest relief came over me just to hear her crying. And you can hear on the 911 recording how my emotions kind of got came over me just to hear that cry. So now I'm instructed to take a towel if I have one, or a shirt, which that's what I had.
He took his shirt off.
Take my shirt off and wrap the baby to keep the baby's temperature down. Keep her body temperature up and keep her warm. Mm-hmm. So I take off my shirt, wrap her up. She's still attached to the umbilical cord, obviously, and umbilical cord still attached to mama. So she tells me to take baby and lay baby in mama's arms. So I have to give the baby to Maria, to my wife, and she holds on to baby while I take off my shirt, and then I get baby again, wrap her up, and lay her in between. Lay her in between my wife's legs as instructed. So.
And then fire goes up.
How did you feel at that point?
I mean, even listening to you now, I think I was still all in a state of shock. That
because I didn't hear much.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the moment, but at the same time, I'm still in disbelief, and my body is in just, like I said, a state of shock. Like, I can't believe what just happened. So
yeah, and I figured from when I gave her to you and you were kind of just sitting there, I was like you were just exhausted, like you just kind of like
I was,
just kind of like out, if I can say that, just kind of out of it, just like, whatever,
not whatever, just
not whatever, but yeah, you just kind of.
I just went through a lot.
Yeah, right. So I could tell that was coming over you. So, but yeah, so as soon as I wrap baby up, put her down about between mama's legs, I get a tap on my shoulder, and
shout out to all of y'all.
I get a tap on my shoulder. It was St. George Fire, and I didn't get the gentleman's name, but he tapped him on the shoulder and said, "I can take over now." And God, thank you. I was so even though everything was done, I was just so happy to hear those words. I can take over now. It's like, ooh.
So yeah, fire shows up, EMS shows up, and we go to the hospital about an hour later. It's okay. About an hour later after she's born. But everything was good.
Yeah, everything was successful.
Everything was successful, and
she's healthy. Mama's healthy.
Yeah, everything was fine.
No complications, no problems. We did the 2-day doctor's hospital stay, and everything's been fine. No ill effects or anything from delivering a baby in the back of a 2019.
Now that was our van, y'all. Was like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, that was a horror scene. That was awful to see the aftermath of delivering in your van. Thank God we got leather seats.
But the carpet on the floor.
Oh yeah. And hey, it's just one of those things. And we shout out to Extreme Cleaners who we contracted, and they came to the hospital.
Yeah, to get the car. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video of our birth story. As you can see, we have our hands full, but you got the gist of everything. I am going to go and change her.
This is real life for us.
Right.
1 week old, 2 week old. This is real. This is life.
Right. So we'll introduce her in another video, and well, if you follow me on social media, you probably have already seen her, but we'll do a proper introduction in another video shortly. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to hit the notification bell every time there's an upload from me, so you can get notified every time there's an upload from me. So, see you guys soon. Bye.
Later.
At 10.
Tonight, an East Baton Rouge Sheriff's deputy, his wife, they have welcomed their 5th child into this world. It's how that baby was born that has the couple still in disbelief. News 2's Johnson Von Springer leading us off tonight with Dad's split-second decision to make that happen.
Yeah, Michael, Bruce and Maria Newman already have 4 boys with their first daughter on the way. She was expected later this month, but decided to come early, so it wasn't the delivery room, but rather the drive-thru where she arrived.
My wife is in labor. She says the baby's head's out.
What's the address?
I'm on George O'Neill, heading towards Corset. I'm going to have to pull over and probably deliver.
East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Deputy Bruce Newman had just gotten home from an extra shift when his wife Maria thought she was going into labor.
She's in a little pain, but we're going to try and bear through because our induction date was today, and we had to be here for 4 in the morning. So we're going to kind of rough it.
There would be no waiting after all. Bruce loaded up his wife and their 1-year-old son into a brand new car and left Watson headed for Women's Hospital.
I'm driving like crazy, you know, I'm a speed racer through the highways. I get off on O'Neill, pass by Ochsner, forget that's a hospital. That's even an option. And I make it as far as George O'Neill and Jones Creek.
It was at that point when Bruce realized they would not be making it to the hospital.
So I'm really still hoping that maybe she's over-exaggerating.
He pulled into this McDonald's parking lot and jumped in the back seat.
It's a little girl.
Yeah, girl.
It's a little girl. Congratulations.
Thank you.
With the help of a 911 operator, Newman delivered a 6-pound, 15-ounce baby girl named Olivia Bell just before 1 o'clock this morning. Mom and Dad still can't believe it.
I've been in some crazy situations, and I've kind of gone through them, whatever, no problem. But this was nothing you could prepare for. That's all I'm gonna say.
At first, family and friends didn't buy it when Bruce and Maria broke the news, but now, with little Olivia sound asleep, they're reflecting on a wild 24 hours and say this birth will be the last one they experience.
No more, no more. You can't top this. Can't top this.
Now, Mom, Dad, and baby Olivia doing just fine tonight. The 3 brothers that weren't there for her birth stopped by to meet their baby sister this afternoon. Michael?
And we certainly wish them well. Great story, John.